How do you start an online business? In this video, I'm going to be laying out all of the steps that I would personally take if I was starting from scratch today. What is up, everyone? I'm Amanda Horvath, and I help freedom seekers use video to build a personal brand and scalable online course business without the overwhelm or wasted time. So if you're looking to step off the hamster wheel of trading time for money, then be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified every time I release a new video. It was only a few years ago that I myself was running a service-based business where I was trading time for money. So if you're in that position, I know how it feels. I know what it feels like to have complete one project and immediately start another one and feel like there is this never-ending to-do list that you cannot get off of because you need to put in the hours in order to make money. But the good news is there is light at the end of the tunnel. And in this video, I'm going to lay out the 5 practical steps that you can take this year to get off the hamster wheel and finally build the business of your dreams that fulfills you and actually allows you to make the impact that you've always dreamed of. So with that, let's dive into it. Step 1, it starts with a decision. Changing your business or your career path is not easy. Starting something new is not easy. So I want to talk about this concept of building some sort of catalyst in your life or finding some sort of catalyst that can push you into this new world of building an online business. Because when left to your own devices, you are going to stick to the hellhole that you have created for yourself if you're running a service-based business versus jumping out into this new unknown territory. Because better the hell that we know versus the heaven that we don't, or whatever that saying is. I want you to think about any movie that you've ever seen. About 12 minutes into the movie, I come from a screenwriting background, so about 12 minutes in, something happens that changes the protagonist's life and pushes them into making a decision about what comes next in their business. They usually don't want to accept this new change. They might have a lot of hesitation that they're working through, and so there's this kind of decision period of whether or not they're going to accept this journey. So what is the catalyst that you can create in your life that is going to push you onto embarking on this journey? This could look like you closing down doors for your service-based business and fully going in, all in, and burning a bridge, or it could be like leaving your job or something that is going to really inspire you to embark on this journey without the comfort of the past. Now, I want to explain to you what my catalyst was so that you can kind of see, because I had a catalyst that naturally pushed me in this direction when I was starting a business. So you can have an example. So it was my 26th birthday. I was sitting in my mom's house and I wasn't feeling amazing. I didn't plan anything for my birthday like we typically do or that you should. And so it was one of those days where it was just kind of like, I don't know, do I want to go to dinner? Do I not want to go to dinner? Like, what do I do? It was a Sunday. And then I get a text from my ex-boyfriend's mom, and he said, "Call me. It's about Rob." And I immediately knew what it was. My heart sank to my feet, and I didn't want to believe what it was, but essentially it was that he was a professional or close to professional cyclist. He might as well be a pro cyclist. And he was hit by a car and it was fatal. And so he died. So suddenly, here I was. I had just turned 26, just celebrated another year in my life. Wasn't feeling great about it because I had been wasting my time away over the last year and several years looking back before that of just trading time for money and feeling like I was no closer to my goal of wanting passive income. And then bam, just like that, your life can be taken away from you. The grief hit me super hard, obviously. But what the positive that ended up coming out of it was that I decided no more. I am no longer taking any time for granted. I'm not going to assume that I have all of this time that's coming down for me. Like tomorrow is not a given. So I decided that I would start taking action towards creating the life and business that I dreamed of. And so that was my catalyst. What is yours? If you don't have one naturally, you have to create one. Step 2, fresh start. For this step, we want to throw the rulebook out the window. Do not think about what is typical for your industry. I want you to think from a disruptive standpoint. What is going on in your industry that is causing problems to the customers within that area? And how can you shortcut that process or solve a new problem that other people might not be solving? For example, when I was looking at my industry as video producers, video production, all of that kind of stuff, I saw that people were being charged thousands of dollars. In fact, they were paying me thousands of dollars to create talking head videos like this one. It was underutilizing my skill as a videographer, and it was charging the client way more than they wanted to be, or that they should have been charged, because it does take time to be able to do these things. And so I saw an opportunity to help both the videographer and the business owner by teaching the business owner how to cut expenses by shooting it themselves and then outsourcing the video editing. So that was like a big light bulb for me that ended up launching my entire new business model, which is now my online course. So we'll get to that in the next step. So really think about what is going on in your industry where there is a big need that is not currently being solved. If you have not checked out my patterns exercise, I also highly, highly recommend that. I talk about it a lot in my videos because it's become really core to the work that I do with my clients to help them discover their value both in video and potential course ideas. So that is linked in the description below. It's going to help you deep dive into your past and become aware of areas that you might be currently overlooking. And then 2 more things that I'll say. The first is that if you are lacking clarity and you're really unsure and you're feeling stuck, then get on the phone with past customers, people that you've worked with, or people within the industry that you want to go into, and ask them a lot of questions and pick up the patterns within those answers. I recommend asking all the same questions. I'll link to a video about how to validate a course idea that has like questions that I recommend. But pick up the patterns of what people are saying, and that's going to give you a ton of ahas as well. And then the final thing is look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs and pinpoint which area you would like to play a role in. So the ideas that you've come up with, where do those fall on Maslow's hierarchy of need? Because these are the needs that we have as humans, and by tying them to that, you are going to have a lot more clarity in your marketing moving forward. So I think that's just a good exercise while you're in the brainstorming phase. Before I move on to the next step, which is going to be an oh so good step, if you are finding value in this video, please be sure to click like and drop a comment below. It really does help me out in terms of the algorithm and getting this information out to more people. Spread the love, my friend. Step 3, choose your business model. So there are a ton of online business models out there, including things like e-commerce, right? But we're going to narrow them down to information-based businesses, so education-based businesses for the sake of this video, because that is my expertise. So courses, memberships, or masterminds are the major ones. So let me quickly run through those and then help you narrow in and talk about how to get each one started in the fastest way possible. So courses, an online course business is one where you have a course that you've created that has pre-recorded videos that are a step-by-step of a transformation that you are offering to someone. So a transformation works a lot better than doing just teaching a skill, because people are looking for a transformation, not just a skill. Then there are memberships. Now, membership and courses might be fairly similar, but memberships might have something going on an ongoing basis, and you have to continue paying to get access to that, instead of the course model that typically is more so a one-time fee for lifetime access. There are some courses that don't do that, but that's generally the difference between memberships and courses. The lines are a little bit blurred. Some people have one course and then they have a membership that supports that course. Then there are also masterminds. So masterminds are when you get a group of people together and they talk and brainstorm with one another and help one another out within their business or different areas of interest. It could even be like, I don't know, like a mom mastermind kind of thing. So just think about these different business models, which one sounds good to you, just like gives you that gut feeling. I wouldn't say that you need to overthink it, but just kind of know the opportunities that are available to you. Now, having said that, what I highly recommend doing in order to get up and running ASAP, right? We want to get you, have that catalyst happen. You have an idea. Let's get you selling this thing tomorrow, right? And get it up and running quickly. I don't recommend creating your entire course before you actually sell it, because I did that and it takes a really long time in order to create your course before you sell it. So you're not bringing in money ASAP. So the better approach is to actually deliver it live. So you come up with a curriculum of what you are looking to teach, and then you would create that course on a week-by-week basis and deliver it to a group of people. Now, instead of relying on social media to sell this thing, I highly recommend starting by selling it to people within your circle. So think about what you want to do and then go out and sell it. This is a great way to ensure that what you have created is something that people actually want. So be thinking about real people. I like to call it my hit list. Write down a list of your clients if you're transitioning from a service-based business to this model. Look at your client list or people that you've worked with in the past and say, I see patterns here, and what if I put these people into a group and I taught them this and I delivered it live and I charged a minimum of $500, potentially even more per person? Could that work? And then go back, revisit your ideas, just kind of start brainstorming and molding the two together. And I really recommend starting with a higher price point, because a higher price point, you have to sell less. And so you can make that transition from having trading time for money into this new business model. So for example, what I ended up doing when I was making this transition for myself was I had tons of clients, right? I was creating videos on a continual basis for these clients. What I decided to do is pick out 4 clients and pitch them on a month-long YouTube mastermind is what I called it, where it was an intensive where they were actually coming over pre-COVID to my place and I was teaching them how to start a YouTube channel. And it was like 3 days a week and I charged like $2,500 for it for 4 people for 1 month of work. And it kind of did go a little bit on beyond that, just a tiny bit. But that gave me the opportunity to have a little bit of a runway and to test out this new mode in person, hands-on with other people, which was really cool. Now, of course, with COVID, you can't necessarily be hands-on with people, but it's still super valuable to be able to deliver it live because people ask you questions right there, you respond, and you can, you're getting knowledge instead of creating this whole set of pre-recorded videos with no feedback and then getting feedback and being like, I've already created all of the videos. That sucks. I've been there. So I don't recommend that. Deliver it live. So choose your business model, choose the price point, create a hit list of people that you are going to pitch that to, and just sell them over the phone versus trying to approach it from selling them via videos on social media. Step 4, build your audience. So everything up until this point has been a little bit more offline, and you have been prepping to build this online business. Well, now it is time to actually build your audience and start getting a pipeline of people that you can work with after you've finished creating that first group of people or having the first group of people go through it. So you want to really think about this concretely. Don't be thinking about some abstract character that may or may not be interested in your course when you're creating these videos. Think about the people that are currently taking your course and what information they may have needed to know before getting into the program, because I can promise you, you are going to completely overestimate how much people know, and your program's probably going to be over most people's heads. So use the insights that you're gaining within giving it live to start creating content that is just teasing these or giving quick little wins on social media and attracting the right person to you. This YouTube channel is a goldmine for you when it comes to that. So I won't go deep into it here, but that is your next step. In a very short lowdown on what to do, you would just choose one platform, just one, and choose a cadence that you can maintain, and then stay consistent. Step 5, drill deep. So many people think about the online course business or memberships or masterminds kind of like this magic thing that happens, that they're going to create a course, they're going to put it on evergreen, which means it's selling all the time, and then they're just going to be making money while they're chilling at the beach in Hawaii or wherever they would be. And that's not exactly the case. You are making passive income in that you are not trading time for money, but you do not build this business overnight. So you really want to focus your efforts on running the same program for at least 18 months before you add a new program to it. That way, your program is going to be the best in the industry. It will genuinely solve the problems of your customer. And when you do put it on evergreen, meaning it's selling all the time, then it's actually going to be able to have people go through it and get results, which is only going to sell it more and more. So, my point, don't put your course on evergreen to where it's selling all the time from the get-go after running the first program. Or if you are, make it more of a membership type experience where you're still super active in the community, making tweaks, updating it, helping individuals as they go, versus just do a set it and forget it sort of thing. That is what is going to build a super solid foundation for your online business moving forward. All right, we have covered a lot in this video. So once again, if you found value in it, be sure to click like, drop a comment below letting me know, and ask me any questions that you might have, because I would be happy to do follow-up videos on this topic. So definitely drop the comments below. And otherwise, stick around, watch one of these 2 videos on the screen here. Just tap to see what they are, and I'll see you in the next video.